Alright, not sure how this video is going to come out. It's Sunday morning, January 25th. I'm hoping that the audio comes out okay because I didn't want to pull out the mic out here because it's 11 degrees in New Jersey, and this is the morning of snowpocalypse. Everybody's been worried about this massive storm that's coming across the entire United States, and there's no eggs, no milk, everybody's freaking out. So how bad is it going to be? We don't know. It's early. Snowstorm really just started, but very cold. And we already had some snow on the ground, so it's making matters a little worse. And then to top it off, we're going to get probably a foot and a half of snow. And we already had snow on the ground. And then it's going to be very, very cold for the following week. So whatever snow falls is going to stick around. So I'm out here doing a walk with the dogs because this is their weather. I mean, they absolutely love it. And we're at the park near my house here. And this is their environment. They're right at home. Doesn't matter if it's 10 degrees or 2 degrees. They love it. For me, not so much. I'm bundled up, got gloves on, but 10 degrees starts to cut right through gloves. But, really need a good jacket out here if you're going to spend any time in, single digit weather. And I have a lot of good camping gear, so I'm set. Doing a little walk. So Monday was my cataract surgery appointment, where I was going to finalize the date for my surgery and get that done because my left eye is really not great. Cataract's getting worse, so I'm going to try to get that done as soon as possible. But I had to push that appointment to Friday. So I'll keep everyone posted how that goes. We'll schedule that surgery and get it done. And, I've been busy at home, just taking care of stuff and getting ready for this storm, making sure that we have everything we need. And, we're going to hunker down for a day or two here, except for my son, who's probably going to be outside the entire time. But I wanted to talk briefly, not only like an eye update, because there really isn't one right now, but for those of you that know, I work in IT for healthcare, and part of my job is obviously dealing with network security, cybersecurity. My degree is in cybersecurity and information assurance, and the AI space is very, very interesting, and we're building out a lot of these tools right now, and everybody is. AI is just blowing up, and especially in the healthcare space, because there's so much opportunity for AI to improve healthcare and outcomes. So, AI is woven through everything. I do infrastructure, and, the two go hand in hand. So not only do I do it for work, and I've been doing IT work for close to 30 years, but I do it personally. It is a passion of mine. I've been lucky enough to find a job that pays me to do exactly what I would be doing in my private time, which is tinkering, and but just at a bigger scale. And this weekend was very interesting. Not sure if people heard about it. Probably not, because it's a very, niche topic right now. But, everybody knows about AI. Everybody knows about ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot. But really, programmers and IT people know about Claude, which comes from a company called Anthropic. Interesting company, and their approach was, ChatGPT is trying to position itself as the AI for the common people, and it's great. It just keeps getting better and better. I use Grok a lot because I think XAI is doing some of the most amazing work, and they've caught up so fast to the big players like Google and Microsoft and OpenAI. But Anthropic, their tool is called Claude, and a lot of IT people use it because their unique approach was to really help IT people with coding. And there's something called ClawdCode, and if you're a programmer, you're constantly debugging code and writing programs, and Claude, specifically ClawdCode, can help with all of that software development, and it's phenomenal. Grok does a great job too, but Claude is the leader right now in that particular space, that subset of AI tools. And over the weekend, well, it actually started on Friday, an open source version of Claude was released called ClawdBot, and that Claude is spelled CLAUD, and ClawdBot is CLAWD, so ClawdBot. So it's an open source version of Claude, and it's taken the internet by storm because the difference is it runs locally on your PC. Sorry, I was getting a little hot there for a minute. I had to unzip because I'm layered up and this jacket is intense. Anyway, so ClawdBot gets released, and what makes this unique is that it's an LLM that runs locally. And this is kind of like the next iteration of where AI is going. And you can grant it access to your local file system. It can do things locally on the computer. And then you can also connect it to all different things like your Gmail, your GitHub, and you can work on projects. And where they're trying to go with this open source project is fascinating. Is we're getting closer to one of the promises of AI, which is to have a personal assistant that's always running 24/7, doing things for you, feeding you information, learns how you think, what you're interested in, and goes out, finds things or works on things for you, and then presents them to you. So imagine you have the best personal assistant that never sleeps. You wake up in the morning and they say, hey, good morning. Your portfolio, it looks like this. Guess what happened last night? There was news about this stock and this guy, this CEO is leaving, and here's your update for your financial portfolio. And by the way, I noticed that you have a meeting at 9 a.m. with this company, and this is the guy you're going to meet. His first name is Greg, and his birthday was last week, so you might want to say happy birthday. And remember, it's your wife's birthday later on in the week, so I've ordered her a card and a gift, and I know you were looking into trips to get away to Aruba, and right now is a good time if you want to book those tickets, and this is the hotel you should stay at. And just imagine if you had an employee like that working 24/7 for you. These dogs are having a ball. So that's the promise, right? Now I do security work, and constantly worried about threat vectors. And we've had tools for quite a long time that if you do security right, you can lock down your network pretty tightly to prevent data exfiltration or hacking or things like that. And right now in the healthcare space, that's a major concern because patient information and insurance information is highly sought after by bad actors. So now what we have is a new world where companies are building out internal LLMs to do different things on their networks and with their data, and they are communicating out through APIs to external models, and this data is just flowing all over the place. And the scary thing is, traditional network security implementation and tools are not sufficient. This communication is happening almost silently to the existing tools that we've been using for years. And the speed at which AI is developing is so rapid that the pace at which these things are changing and improving, and it's just very hard for network security people to keep up with all the new threats that are out there. And while I'm a huge supporter of AI and the future that it's bringing, it's coming with its fair share of potential threats to businesses and companies and society. So I'm playing with this open source model of Claude called ClawdBot. I spun it up on AWS and created a VM, a virtual machine out in the cloud, to test it, because obviously it's dangerous to run locally. You don't want this on your network. You don't want this on your PC. A lot of people are playing with this and installing it on their primary PC that has access to everything: their bank accounts, their life, their Gmail, their dual factor authentication, and it's madness. You have to be so careful. I know that the convenience and the wow factor of AI has people not thinking clearly. But it's on my mind. That's why I'm talking about it, because I played with it all weekend, and I'm actually setting up ClawdBot on a segmented part of my home network to watch the traffic and see, what this thing's doing in the background. Very hesitant to give it access to anything. So I'm going to set it up on its own Mac Mini and give it its own iCloud account. You can communicate with ClawdBot via text message, iMessage, Telegram, Discord. So it's basically a personal assistant that you can text. You can send voice memos to it. Hey, I just heard about this. Can you do research on this? And you send a voice memo, and it just does it. So it's amazing. And I see such potential, obviously, and I'm very excited. But I'm also always thinking about the security and the cybersecurity aspect of these things. And I don't think many people out there who are also excited about this really approach these things as cautiously as they should. So word of warning, if you've heard about ClawdBot and you want to fire it up on your home PC, and the dream of it checking your calendar and writing meeting notes and preparing you for projects and stuff is enticing, I get it. Just be careful. These are very early days. This stuff's moving really fast, and we're hooking it into everything. And the attack surface is expanding exponentially every day. So you have to keep in mind, when you give anything, especially an open source project or artificial intelligence, access to any of your data, would you give a total stranger access to that same data? And if the answer is no, then you should not proceed. So, and that goes for other, of the larger players: Anthropic, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini. You don't want to give these things access to everything. So while it's exciting and things are moving quickly, and there's a temptation to take advantage of this stuff, because it definitely gives you an advantage. When you walk into a meeting and you have all your meeting notes summarized from the past meeting, and you can say, hey, remind me what happened 3 weeks ago when I met with these people. Amazing. And I use it heavily. But even these larger players are watching this. They're watching the excitement of everything that's happening. And they are moving at light speed to replicate the same thing that ClawdBot does with their own, the big boy LLMs like Gemini and Grok and ChatGPT. They're all going to start asking, hey, you want to give us access to your file system? We can organize the folders, we can organize the files, or give us access to these folders and we'll read all the data in there and we'll summarize it. Very cool. But they're all going to start doing that. And before you know it, it's going to be woven into everything and it's going to have access to everything. And that it can be dangerous. Oh, there's a dog here. So I just want to make sure. Kona, sit. Good girl. There's another dog walking. Anyway, I want to make this video. Hey. Come on. Be good. They want to go play. Want to make the video just document the snowstorm. We're really in the beginning phases of the storm. And it's going to get a lot worse throughout the day. And we're going to go sledding later and enjoy the Sunday, and probably Monday everything will be shut down, because around here some people laugh at 6 inches of snow. 6 inches of snow in the tri-state area shuts everything down, and this will be probably close to 3 times that, or at least double. So we'll get a foot on top of what we had, and probably more. So things are going to be shut down. We'll probably be stuck at home. We got a lot of food, and as long as we don't lose power, we should be okay. But hope everyone's doing well. This is kind of a rambling video because I'm thinking about all this stuff as I play this weekend with ClawdBot, and figured I'd put a warning out for people who use these things and are starting to become more and more reliant on them. Just proceed with caution. Okay, have a good one. Take care, everyone.